It was all a dream. It was all a dream. It was all a dream. It was all a dream.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing? For those of you that are live on Instagram, because I did put you on, switch over. Go ahead and click on the link in my bio. Get to the page on YouTube and switch over. I'm not staying live on Instagram that long. Hope everybody's doing great. I'm hype. I'm excited. As you know, DrinTalks Tuesdays is back. It's been a while. I'm gonna let that run back again, you know what I mean? It's my first YouTube live. I don't actually know how it works, so this is gonna be exciting. This is gonna be interesting. Let's see, I'll fix the camera a little bit.
It was all a dream.
As you can see, I have theme music now. So we're moving, we're doing stuff today. We're doing stuff.
It was all a dream. It was all a dream. It was all a dream. It was all a dream.
Right. Instagram, we're about to be done. Hopefully you guys can join me. Like I said, we're switching over to YouTube Live. So that's where we'll be. All right. Let me just share this real quick and then we'll start.
It was all a dream. 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 It was all a dream.
All right. What's going on, everybody? How is everybody doing? This is Drin from DrinTalks, and we are back. It's been a little, I think I left maybe in October. I'm not even sure, October or September, but pretty much it's been a little over 2 months since the last time we've actually sat together. We've actually talked. Last time I actually had a Drin Talks Tuesday, and I'm so excited that we're finally back, that we are finally here in 2021, and I'm starting anew. I had to take a little hiatus, but we're here. So I appreciate everybody that did come out, everybody that is signed on. I'm pretty sure we're going to get stragglers later on, but hey, listen, I appreciate everybody for rocking with me. That being said, I'll start off with how I usually always start off. What is Drin Talks about? Well, here I am here to show what it means to raise, build, and uplift true manhood in today's society, starting with this guy, starting with myself. And I appreciate you guys joining me along this journey. I guess I have to explain what happened, right? You know, we were going strong. I started in July. Then I think around the end of October, I kind of hit you guys with a okadoke, like, hey, I'm going to stop this for indefinite, whatnot. Pretty much at that point in time, I was dealing with a lot of stuff. Just mentally, I could not be here every Tuesday and give you guys the proper things, the proper content, proper energy that I was supposed to have. So pretty much I had to indefinitely stop this. Excuse me. So now that, well, let me back up. I had to stop this, but pretty much I cannot. Wow. I hate when this happens. I have brain farts. But anyway, I had to stop it back in October, I believe. Like I said, I was just going through a lot of different things at the time. So now that I'm back, see, hold on. This is where we're going to have a problem. Okay, so I realize YouTube is going to have an issue. Only because, all right, so I guess right now we're on my computer camera and it's not supposed to be. So that's the technical difficulty. We'll work with it for now. It is what it is. I wonder if we're going to be on the mic, actually. Anyway, I apologize if you hear noise in the background. I also did not realize that this mic that I did purchase, it's very sensitive. So right now you might be hearing the dog. You might be hearing like the heating of the house and all that stuff. So again, I apologize. Unfortunately, I am in the living room of where I live. So I don't necessarily have a space where it's enclosed and that we can, really do that. But we're going to make it do what it do instead of, so I was back to explaining why I went on the hiatus. If you think about it, for me, it's kind of, I just wanted like things to be perfect in essence. And at that time I was going on orders, I was around, and here we go with the dog. Bro, you were just quiet for the past 30 minutes. And now when I'm on, you want to start talking. Anyway, so yeah, I went on orders and then it was like just a lot of back and forth. So I felt like I couldn't do things properly. I did wind up putting out the conversation with my father. I hope you guys looked at that. Of course, it's up on the channel. I saw a good portion of people looked at it. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. It's a lengthy conversation, but it is worth it. After that, the only thing else I dropped was pretty much the opening sequence of how I like to put out, I guess. You know how everybody has like that theme song opening. So that's what I'll have up there now. That's the last thing that I put up there. But if, for those of you that did join from 8 o'clock, you heard the song I'm playing. I do have a theme song now, right? I do have an opening song. I ended up doing it because literally, I guess YouTube was blocking a lot of my content. Like I didn't realize my leadership principles video wasn't actually being shown. Like I didn't know that. I don't actually, the crazy part is this whole time when I was uploading videos on YouTube, I wasn't actually checking to see that what they were doing on YouTube. And then while I was on this hiatus, I actually did check the channel, and then I saw that it was never uploaded due to a copyright issue. So we all know, like in the beginning, I would have different songs. Like I had James Brown, I had different other artists play in the beginning 5 minutes. But it seems like there's copyright issues. So whatever song that I put for the leadership principles I think it was Jeezy, My President's Black. Jeezy wasn't having it with me. So Jeezy shut that whole shit down. So it never went out. So I had to redo it. I re-switched it up pretty much, put my new opening, and that's what you'll see there now. So yeah, I got an opening song now. I got an opening. You guys can watch that video. It's on the channel. Hey, I got people in the chat now. What's up? You guys can always chat. I think YouTube actually has like different ways you can contact, whatever. Either way, the reason why I switched to YouTube is because I feel like YouTube gives me more options, in essence. I still haven't figured out how to actually do like if I have somebody come on and talk, but I think it's more of like if I have a Zoom, I can share the screen and that's how I'll do it. But again, this is my first time doing a live out there. Besides, I did a couple of them where it was just private, where nobody can see it, just to see how it kind of works. But I didn't do where I can add somebody in and have a conversation with them. But once I figure that out, DrinTalks will be having those live conversations. So from there, what can I explain what's in store for DrinTalks? I'm switching up. It's no longer just going to be the DrinTalks Tuesdays where it's a live show and that's about it. You know what I mean? The mic is crazy, Bobby. The mic is crazy. It's no longer just going to be just this DrinTalk Tuesdays. I'm going to continue with the DrinTalk Tuesdays and make sure that I do it every Tuesday. But what I'm planning and what I've been saying, is that I'm going to drop an episode or content throughout the week of just a talk that I do. And I think what I'm going to wind up doing is I'm going to drop that and then we'll talk about it that Tuesday. So I might drop it on like Thursday or Friday or whatever, let you guys digest it, have your comments ready and your questions or whatever, and then we'll talk about it on Tuesday. Now, it won't always be we'll talk about it completely, because then it's kind of just reiterating the same things. But I also think I'm going to do just like how we're going to do today is, just a week talk, just a week recap of what happened during the week. We're going to, just talk about straight, just have guy talk. You know what I mean? Like I said, we're here for the men. Not to say women aren't here, but we're going to have guy talk. Tuesdays, 8 o'clock. So make sure you tell people, bring people, all that. Also, in my absence, I was still busy. I was still thinking about the channel. I was still thinking of ideas. Like I said, we're going to do the regular DrinTalks Tuesdays. I'm going to drop episodes of different ideas that I had, different conversations that I want to have, different topics that I want to talk about. But then we're also going to have the Drin Talk conversations. I'm thinking I have to think of a different name than Drin Conversations because, like I said, my cousin has something says Conversations with Kareen. You guys should check her out on Instagram. But I'm gonna think of something else. Right now, the only episode that's under there is the conversation with my father. I do have a couple of conversations lined up already that I'm just, working out the kinks and making sure we can get time placement with the person so that we can actually sit down and record it. And that way I'll get it out to you. What else have I been doing? I also am learning how to edit videos. Like I said, I made the opening sequence, this is Drin Talks. That's all edited by me. That's all done by this person. Bobby is really irking my nerve. Like he's doing it purposely. We all know that Tobey Maguire was a trash Spider-Man. And you know why I said Tom Holland is the best. All right? You already know. Anyway. Yeah, that's all edited by me. I'm the one that literally does all the editing. I take the video, all that. And pretty much it was just something that, because I did that long conversation with my father, I was like, yo, I need to figure out how to cut this. Now, mind you, that video was a quick edit. Like I was literally editing while watching the YouTube on how to edit. So it's not the greatest. I kind of wanted to put it out because it was his birthday and I wanted to put it out for his birthday. So it kind of got rushed. But everything after that, I did something for my mother-in-law. I did something, like I said, I made the opening. I've done, the video I dropped today, Loyalty. I edited that. So a lot of things is getting done where I'm learning. Now, what else is new? I don't have a logo. Like I said, I have the theme song now. I need a logo. I am working on Photoshop for that. So I'm going to figure that out, hopefully. It might not be what I actually have in my head, but it'll be better than the, little script Drin Talks that I have now. I mean, that's going to suffice for now, or if anybody knows any graphic designers that, want to do something on the low, let your boy know. What else? So pretty much, I guess we can start into, what we're going to talk about, because pretty much today, like I said, I don't really have much to say, but we're going to do a recap. And what thing else better to recap than the year we had in 2020. 2020 was one of the worst and best and somewhat okay years ever. The way I see 2020 is I literally liken 2020 to when the year started off. Everybody was going 2020 vision, 2020 vision. It's going to be the best year yet, blah, 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 blah. Not realizing what you were really asking. And what you were really asking for is what you said, 2020 vision. It was literally a year where you got to see everything clearly. You got to see how selfish you were. You got to see how selfless you were. You got to see who your true friends were, who weren't your true friends. You got to see the literal makeup of America. You got to see who was for you, who wasn't. Like it literally opened your eyes to every single thing, whether it was good or bad. Your relationships, your job, everything. Like 2020 was truly a year of vision. Like it was truly a year of vision. And I, for one, will cherish it. As bad as it was, you know, especially for me, like I'm a person, I like to be outside, I like to go out, whatever. It literally made me sit down, and I'm sure it made a lot of people like literally sit their butts home. Like, if you didn't spend time with your family, you were forced to now spend time with your family. If you didn't like your job or whatever, it literally was a time for you to go like, you know what? Start looking for a new job. If you were an essential worker and you hated or loved your job, whatever, it either accentuated or was just like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. And I know a lot of people found their purpose during this time. Like, it literally made you sit because a lot of things, you were comfortable doing. You were comfortable going to work and having a steady paycheck, and then that shit was taken away from you. Oh man, I tried. I was really trying not to curse. My bad. But it was taken away from you, and now you had to think of how I'm going to put food on the table. Yes, the government gave us that, stupid little stimulus, whatever. But it really started making you turn, the wheels of your head, making you start to think of different ways to earn money or different ways to just supplement. I think out of 2020, we're going to get a lot of businesses that open. Once all this, COVID kind of settles and everything, we're going to get a lot of businesses that started, a lot of internet businesses. People learned how to save. If you didn't know how to save and you were spending money recklessly, 2020 sat your butt down and was like, hey, put money aside. Like it was a year. It was a year. And, and shoot, in 5 days, it started off. I mean, actually, it started off wrong a couple of, I guess it would say a year. The year started off wrong, maybe, I guess, a couple of weeks back with the whole Iran thing. And then a couple of days from now is the whole Kobe thing. Like, it was a year. And if we survived it, kudos to you. 2020 made you learn how to take care of yourself. Like simple things like washing your hands that people, I guess, took for granted. It literally made you sit there and go, you know what? I need to wash my hands. That's wild. That's wild that something like that will make you wash your hands. Something that should be elementary. Like that should be a given. Oh, what's going on, brother? Yo, listen, I got you. When I figure it out, we gonna talk. But yeah, 20, it was a year. It was a year. Because people are nasty. I mean, we say that, but like, think about how many people actually don't wash their hands that probably say, like, listen, as men, we know people are freaking nasty. And I'm only saying this as men because I'm not a woman. I can't be in the women's bathroom. So I don't know what goes down in the women's bathroom. But as a man, I think I even put this on my Insta story or something. Like, I've literally been in bathrooms where I know, like, I've walked in on dudes doo-dooing. Like, straight up, you in the toilet doo-dooing. And then they just walk out. Like, I'm taking a piss and you just walk out. Where did you wash your hands? And then people are going like, why is this virus spreading so much? Because you're nasty. But what did 2020 do? It took care of that. Well, for the most part. You know, people with sense, it took care of that. I'm sure the ladies is gross, but like I said, I'm speaking to my experience. What I know is the men. But, you know, it was a year. It was a year. And kudos to us for literally making it through. And, you know, God rests the souls of people who didn't make it, because it also was a year of a lot of death. And I know people have been affected by it. I know a lot of people have been affected by it. Somebody near you has been affected by it. You know, I've known people with COVID. You know, it's not something that, yes, it has a high percent where it's, you know, you'll get over it, but people are still dying. It's still a serious thing. And it's still serious. I would be lying to you if I, you know, tried to promote this vaccine or something like that. But it is a serious thing. And I'm not sitting here saying don't take the vaccine. If you're going to take it, take it. For me, I just want to do a little more research on it. That's just me. It has nothing to do with do I think it's safe or not. I just want to do a little more research on it. I don't even know why I did that. Anyway. Yeah, people still don't wash their hands. It's insane to me, but whatever. I digress. Then we got the beginning of this year. You would think after all the things that we went through last year, I'm not even gonna get to the beginning of here. My bad. I skipped this part. We go to November, which winds up being the longest election in the history of this country. Like, what the hell? Matter of fact, I don't even think the election's still over, because I guess people refuse to believe the results. People refuse to believe what's in their face. Again, 2020 made people show their ass. Even though personally, I think 45 has been showing his ass for 4 years. But what can I say? Like, the man's a child. Like, the decent thing to do would have been like, all right, I lost, I concede. But we can't do that. We can't do that. We are children. And it literally has brought out the complete and utter disgust and ignorance in this country. And it's wild. But the election also brought out our first woman vice president, our first Black vice president. So, you know, it's a win and a loss, I guess. But now I guess when we go to 2021, that because that 45 has not conceded, we get, what was it, January 6th? We get a siege on the capital of the United States. Like, imagine living in another country and watching this shit. Because I already know how it felt living in this country watching this shit. But living in another country watching this shit, when you hear, like, people literally risk their lives to come here. Like, they are taking such a chance to come here because it's told, America, all you need is $1 and a dream, and you can make it. People risk their lives to come here, and then they gotta walk into bunch of people sieging the Capitol building. Like, you know what happens in other countries when you do stuff like that? Like, it's no question. You're just getting shot. Like, that's it. But here, we are allowed to siege the Capitol building where there are working Congress people and senators. That it literally blows my mind. And I don't want to go into, law enforcement, what they did do right, what they didn't do right. But like at one point you do see the video and they kind of just let them in, put a building. And the crazy part is I think I was actually applying for the Capitol Police at one point. So like had I had gotten in, as a matter of fact, they responded back to me, but I was in basic training. But like had I gotten in, that would have been me. Like I would have been, I guess, quote unquote, there. And like people are literally like they're breaking windows all because 45 couldn't just say, hey, I lost. I don't know. To me, it's I don't know. That I would have been a meme. Yeah, I probably would have. I'll tell you one thing, at a certain point, I probably would have been like, you know what? I'm out of here. Y'all ain't paying me enough for this. 45, stand back and stand by, Like, and the funny part is like, so here's my thing with the whole people not accepting this defeat. 4 years ago, when Hillary lost, now I voted for Hillary. Not that I thought Hillary was the best candidate, but I just couldn't have that guy. When she lost, she conceded. Obizi wrote a nice little letter and said, we hope for the best, showed Trump around, all that. But what did we hear from the supporters of 45? Because people were angry. People were very upset. But all we heard was snowflake this, snowflake that, the snowflakes, blase, blah, blah, blah. Like, I could literally, that's all I saw on my timeline. Snowflakes. They can't stand that they lost, yada, yada, yada. Ha, 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 ha. Trump 2020. I mean, not 2020. Trump, make America great, blase, blah, 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 blah. Cool. We took it. We spent our 4 years on the man. It is what it is. He is the president. I'm still a U.S. citizen. America till the day I die. Cool. This man lost. Legitimately lost. And here these people go rioting to the Capitol. So who should I call a snowflake now? Hillary lost. Nobody was rioting. Nobody said it was fake. Like, she lost. People were upset. Don't get me wrong. She won the popular vote, but she didn't win the Electoral College. She did not. Like, that's a fact. But here this guy go losing, and he's caught on a phone call trying to influence, like, nah, I need, what did he say? I need 11,000 votes. That's it. Like, what's the guy supposed to come up with 11,000 votes? But either way, I digress. I don't want to get too political. So hopefully this year, now that we've been through the year of 2020 vision, this year, everybody will see what's important to them and move forward as such. I know I am trying my hardest. is going to go on from DrinTalks. Like I said, we are going to be doing the Drin Talk Tuesdays every Tuesday. I'm trying to be more consistent about doing that. I'm going to be dropping videos every week, whether it be, a 5-minute video here or a large interview. As far as the interviews go, I do have a couple of people lined up. Some people I haven't spoken to yet. Some people do know, have an idea that they are going to be in an interview. Hopefully I figure out how to get people linked up here so that we can have some live interviews. But for the most part, I'm going to do the interviews where it's going to be a structured interview, meaning that person will sit down, we'll have the conversation, and I'll drop it as a video. But I do want to get, like I said, I want to figure it out so I actually have a live video so that we have a little more engagement, kind of how we had it on Instagram. Why I chose to switch to YouTube, it gives me a little more freedom. I don't have the time constraint like I did with Instagram. Like Instagram, after an hour, it literally cuts you off. So like it happened to me a couple of times where people actually had called in or whatever, and we were conversing. I was about to say conversating. We were conversing, and that time was literally ticking down, and like the person was saying like solid stuff, and I did not want to cut them off. But that's also on me as a host to really learn how to moderate and tell people, hey, I don't want to cut you off or blah, 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 but we got to shut it down. So that's something I'm learning also. But YouTube does, like I said, it gives me more of an option to extend the conversation if we do go past 60 minutes. I do want to keep them short. I don't want to keep them too long because I know people's attention spans nowadays. An hour is actually a lot. People don't, trust me, like I've been looking at the metrics. People really don't look at things after 5 minutes. It is what it is. You can blame it on the technology, phone, whatever. I don't care. It is what it is. People just don't pay attention that long. But in fact, even one of the riders made it out to, but we knew that about the country. It is, it is, whatever. So, like I said, the interviews, and also what I want to do with the interviews is I'm going to drop them however long they are. All right. And they could get lengthy, but after I drop them, I will start putting out segments. Right. So that way, if you don't want to sit through it, like you'll see the segments and just go through the segments, I guess. And it's also something that I've seen done because, like I said, it's not that because I haven't been here every Tuesday, it's not that I forgot about the channel. Like I watch YouTube a lot. And I watch a lot of channels a lot, and I see how they do things. A lot of people, I see that content is usually geared more towards like 20-minute mark. And if it does go past that, it'll either be dropped in full and then made in segments, or it's made in segments and then dropped in full. So I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes. I'm looking, and I will oblige. And then with the live videos, like I said, I've seen it done where people are, multiple people are on there. So I'm going to work on that. I got to work on getting this camera set up because this was supposed to actually be on the camera, which would have been a lot better than the computer camera, but it is what it is. I had it set up, but I guess once you make I did it as a premiere where you guys would see that it's coming out at 8 o'clock, but for some reason it switched the camera on me. I don't know, whatever. But again, I appreciate you guys for coming out. I can't always say coming out. You didn't come anywhere, but I appreciate you guys for logging on, signing on with me, letting me talk. interacting with me on the chat. Appreciate it. Please, please, please. Loyalty is out. I dropped Loyalty probably around sometime this morning. Check it out. Philip, I saw your comment. I appreciate you dropping that comment. That was actually something that I didn't even think about, the consistency of it. Like, actually, like, it's in the back of your mind, but like, I didn't think, it didn't dawn to me to say, yeah, being consistent. So I appreciate that feedback. Please watch it. Drop a comment. Give me the feedback. I read it all. I might comment back. I might not. I don't know. I'll try to comment back, actually. But yeah, appreciate it. If you haven't seen any of the other videos, go back and watch them. Share, like, subscribe, tell your friends, all that. 8-track P. Thank you. I guess that's going to be a new thing for me with the YouTube, is learning everybody's name, for the people that come often. I kind of figured it was you, Nels. Yeah, so, and I'm gonna do a shameless plug for you, Nels. Like I said, I have a theme song now that was produced by 8-track P, aka Nels, aka DJ Nelly Nels, aka Wit Money. Talented producer. Definitely hit him up if you need anything. I don't want to mess up your studio's name. It's Thread something. Threadbare, I want to say. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys for coming, man. I appreciate you guys for logging on. And yep, Threadbare Music. Go ahead and do that. So if you need him, go there. I'll leave his information on the description also. But at this moment, I think we're going to cut it short for tonight. And this is DrinTalks. I'll see you next Tuesday, everybody. Peace.